After the arrival of Jio, where other telecom companies had surrendered, Airtel was the only one that gave a tough fight to Jio Web. This was the time when neither the government support for BSNL was less nor was Vodafone able to survive despite being the largest company in the UK. In such a situation, everyone felt that Airtel would also not be able to withstand the onslaught of Jio for long, but when the founder of a company is a person like Sunil Mittal, how can it sink? From selling bicycle parts to selling generators and assembling telephones, the position he achieved by overcoming his struggles can motivate any person. So let us know today the inspirational story of Sunil Mittal, which is not only about becoming a business tycoon but also about the passion and struggle that took Airtel to this position today. So friends, Sunil Mittal's story starts in 1957 when a son is born to Satpal Mittal, a well-known leader and MP of the Congress Party, and he is named Sunil Bhartiya Mittal. Now, knowing his family background, you must be thinking how easy Sunil's life must have been, but wait, because he had to face such problems at every stage of his life that if it were someone else, he would have given up. Actually, Sunil Mittal had a different dream for himself. He wanted to become a businessman and not a politician like his father. That is why, after graduating from Punjab University in 1976, at the age of just 18, he started his first business, and you know what kind of business it was, on a very small scale. But selling bicycle parts, and for this too, he had borrowed 20,000 rupees from his father. Now this was Sunil Mittal's first business. In such a situation, he neither had the right information about the market nor about the competitors, so in the beginning, he had to face a lot of difficulties. But gradually he started understanding the nuances of the business, due to which after a short time he got a deep understanding of this industry. But now he also realized that the margins in this work are very low and the growth opportunities are also very limited. In such a situation, this business could not give wings to his dream at all. That is why he closed this business and tried his hands in many different businesses, but he could not get much success in any of them, and then after so many failures Sunil Mittal started getting disappointed. But then in 1980 he got such an opportunity, due to which he again started moving towards success. Actually, the Japanese company Suzuki was looking for a local importer to sell its portable generators in India, and then to take advantage of this opportunity Sunil Mittal partnered with Suzuki and started importing and selling its generators in India. Now this was the initial goal of Sunil Mittal's company. These generators were to be installed on street-side vendors like samosa, tikki and vegetable vendors' carts, but very soon Sunil Mittal realized that he was approaching the wrong place, because these generators were most needed by those small offices and shops which had to face a lot of problems due to frequent power cuts. Due to this new strategy of Sunil Mittal, the demand for portable generators increased a lot and people started installing them in their homes along with shops and small offices. Sunil earned a lot of money from this business. He earned a lot of profit, but only till 1983, because in 1983 the Indian government had banned the import of portable generators so that their production could be increased in India and foreign exchange could be saved. But this step of the government was a big blow for Sunil, because after this decision his entire business was shut down in one go. Now after being unemployed for some time, Sunil Mittal thought, why not go abroad and do some other business? With this intention he reached Taiwan, where he saw that people here were using push-button telephones, whereas in India at that time only rotary dial phones were used. Now from here he got a new business idea, that this new technology should be introduced to India as well, but whether you are a push-button or a rotary dial, the work of both was to make calls. In such a situation, was the purpose of introducing push-button just to follow the latest trend? Absolutely not. In fact, in rotary dial phones, every number was dialed by rotating it, which was not only time-consuming but also it often got damaged due to repeated rotation. Whereas using push-button phones was fast and easy. Along with this, shortcuts like speed dial and redial were also installed in it, which made calling even more convenient. That is why in 1984, Sunil Mittal imported push-button phones from Taiwan's company Kingtel and started assembling them in India. And friends, after some time, when its demand increased a lot, he thought, why not manufacture it himself? But he knew that he could not do this work alone. That is why he formed a company named Bhartiya Telecom Limited (IEBTL) and tied up with the German company SIM and started manufacturing electronic push-button phones in India itself. By the 1990s, Sunil Mittal had diversified his business and started manufacturing fax machines, cordless phones and other telecom equipment, whose brand name many of you must have heard is Beetle. Yes, this is the same Beetle whose landline phones were very popular in the 90s. Well, after this came 1992, which proved to be a very big turning point for Sunil Mittal. Actually, Sunil Mittal was on a family vacation when he came to know that the government of India is also inviting private players in the mobile telephony business. On hearing this, Sunil Mittal decided that he wanted this license at any cost. That is why he came back from foreign vacation and started preparing to apply for a mobile network license. But friends, there was a quirk here. Actually, the government had put a condition that it will give license only to those companies who already have experience of telecom operator. Now the problem was that the mobile telephony sector was completely new in India and no private company had such past experience. That is why Sunil Mittal made a great strategy and partnered with a well-known French telecom company Vivendi. He got two big benefits from this collaboration. Firstly, he got the required experience of a telecom operator, and secondly, he also got a strong technical support system, and then the result of all these efforts was that Sunil Mittal got this license. After which in 1995 he started the Indian Telecom Company. He established BCL Cellular Limited and launched his mobile service in Delhi in 1997 under the name of Airtel. Airtel saw tremendous growth in a few years and became the first telecom company in India to achieve the milestone of 2 million mobile subscribers. But was this journey really so smooth? Not at all. Actually, in the early days of Airtel, Sunil Mittal had to face many challenges, like his technical expertise in the telecom sector was very less, and he also needed large-scale funds to set up the mobile network. Now if we talk about today, the solution to this problem would have been very easy: either take a loan from the bank or raise funds from investors. But at that time there was no market at all, due to which banks and investors were hesitant to invest money in this company. But still Sunil Mittal did not give up, and after trying again and again, he finally convinced the investors. Also, he was able to raise funding from banks, and then he partnered with big international companies like Ericsson and Nokia for network infrastructure, like installing mobile towers. Now friends, the benefit of these partnerships was that Sunil Mittal was able to focus better on the quality of his service. Later on, his network. To expand across India, Bhartiya Enterprise acquired JT Holdings in 1999 so that it could establish its hold in Andhra Pradesh, and then, in the year 2000, he acquired Chennai-based Skycell Communication, so that the company had now entered South India as well. And friends, do you know that Sunil Mittal believes that a responsible business leader should not be limited to just financial success, but should also work to bring positive change in the society? That is why in the year 2000, he established Bhartiya Foundation so that education could be promoted in rural areas. However, the road ahead was going to be very difficult for Airtel, because at that time Airtel's biggest competitor had entered the market. And this competitor was none other than BSNL. In the year 2000, the government established BSNL as an independent entity, and it was given the responsibility of providing mobile and landline services across the country. Now BSNL had strong support from the government, due to which it got funding and resources very easily. While on the other hand Airtel was constantly struggling with regulatory hurdles and funding challenges. This was the reason that BSNL very soon started providing its service to those remote areas of the country where even letters could reach with great difficulty. Apart from this, at that time Airtel's plans used to be very expensive, while BSNL had adopted a low-cost model. And it launched its mobile and internet plans at such an affordable price that users of every category could afford it. This was the reason that whether it was a big city or a small village in the remote areas, BSNL had become a strong choice for people everywhere. And friends, being a government company, people had a different level of trust in BSNL. And friends, by attracting Airtel's customers from all these regions, BSNL very soon started on the path of becoming India's top service provider. But along with this growth of BSNL, there was a big flaw in it, and that was network instability. Because of BSNL's affordable plans and higher reach, many people started using its service. This put a lot of pressure on its network capacity. That means calls getting disconnected in the middle, no network everywhere and very slow internet. Such problems had become very common in BSNL. In such a situation, Sunil Mittal very soon started taking advantage of these shortcomings of BSNL, like he made continuous investments to make Airtel's network technologically advanced and upgraded the infrastructure with the latest technology so that customers could get seamless connectivity. Apart from this, Airtel started a central helpline number and 24/7 support system under the customer-first approach, which proved to be a big game-changer for that time. But friends, even while working on these strategies, Sunil Mittal never forgot his dream of expansion, but for this expansion he needed a lot of money. That is why in the year 2002, he took a big step and listed the Indian enterprise on the Bombay Stock Exchange and the National Stock Exchange. Now, due to going public, the company started getting a lot of capital, due to which Sunil Mittal worked a lot on the expansion of Airtel. He was also moving forward by acquiring many local mobile network operators like SpiceCell and Hexacom. And then to defeat his competitor BSNL, he also reduced the price of his recharge plan. Now friends, if a fast and stable network is available at an affordable price, then why would no one adopt it? That is why Airtel started getting a strong customer base in villages as well as cities. And this was the reason that in 2005, Airtel became the largest mobile operator in India, leaving BSNL behind. But as Airtel was growing, its competition was also increasing. With the entry of big companies like Reliance, Vodafone and Idea, the competition in the telecom market had become quite intense. But Airtel handled its new competitors effectively on the basis of its strong market positioning and loyal customer base. But friends, Sunil Mittal did not stop here, but after this success in India, he thought of entering the international market as well. And then in 2010, he acquired the operations of Africa's telecom company Jain Technology for $10.7 billion. This acquisition gave Airtel an opportunity to expand its network in 15 countries of Africa, due to which Airtel became a global telecom player. Expanding in Africa was a bold step by Sunil Bharti because the market dynamics and customer behavior there were quite different from India. But understanding the challenge of the new market, Sunil Mittal launched affordable plans there too so that even people with low income could use mobile service. After this came the year 2012, which proved to be a very golden period for Airtel. Actually, at this time the telecom sector was changing rapidly. Keeping this in mind, Sunil Mittal took a visionary step and leaving behind all the telecom companies including BSNL, he launched the 4G service first. Now BSNL had the support and funding of the government, but due to the mentality of doing everything on its own, it got left behind. Actually BSNL believed that slowly it would be successful. But he will build the entire infrastructure himself with government resources. On the other hand, Sunil Mittal knew that it is not right to wait in the fast-changing telecom market. That is why he imported technology and equipment from the foreign market. He developed his 4G infrastructure quickly. Due to this smart decision, Sunil Mittal was successful in launching Airtel's 4G service in a very short time all over India, and then due to its excellent connectivity, high-speed internet and good service, the company had gained more than 3 crore subscribers by March 2015. But friends, this golden period that started in 2012 could not last even for 4 years because 2016 brought the biggest problem ever for Sunil Mittal and Airtel, and the name of this problem was Jio. Actually, Jio entered the telecom market in September 2016. And as soon as it came, it changed the map of the entire sector. This was the time when Airtel's monthly data plan of 1 to 2 gigabytes was usually between 300 to 400 rupees, and there were separate charges for calling. But then when Jio came, it gave such an offer that everyone was surprised, like unlimited free data and calling that too at 4G speed. On the basis of these free services, Jio had made a base of 10 crore subscribers in just 170 days. Which was a new record in telecom history. The effect of this was that where earlier there used to be 12 telecom companies like Airtel, Telecom, and Tata Docomo, some of those companies were either sold or closed down forever, and in the end only 4 companies were left which were somehow surviving. One of these companies was BSNL, which was just a name. The second was Airtel, the third was Idea, and the fourth was Vodafone. In this too, the condition of Idea and Vodafone was very bad, due to which both of them merged and became Airtel in 2018. But even after this, it could not become strong enough to compete with Jio. That means the real game was now going on only between Jio and Airtel. Now friends, it may be a game of win or lose for Jio, but Airtel was fighting for its survival. Because in the fourth quarter of 2016 to 17, Airtel's net profit had dropped to 71.7% and the company was sinking in debt. But friends, it was not just about debt, but Airtel was also losing its market share very fast. And friends, even in such a situation, Sunil Mittal acted very wisely and he started acquiring 4G spectrum from companies like Videocon, Tata and Telenor, which were on the verge of closure. Due to this strategy, in a very short time, he increased his 4G coverage even more in the whole of India and also kept working towards continuously improving the quality of the network. After this came the year 2018, when Airtel surprised everyone by removing more than 49 million subscribers on its own. Actually, these were inactive subscribers which the company removed under its subscriber clean-up initiative campaign, so that the quality of its service can be improved even more by reducing the load on the network and the active subscribers get maximum value. The result of this decision of Sunil Mittal was seen very soon, when from August 2020 to January 2021, i.e. in just 5 months, 25 million new subscribers joined Airtel, which was 3 times more than Jio. Apart from this, adapting itself according to the time, it also launched Airtel Stream Fiber, AirFiber and Airtel Extreme TV Box, which built an ecosystem of Airtel, and in this way, due to the intelligence of Sunil Mittal, even today Airtel is leading the market by creating its own identity.